Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Phyllis Barone, Michigan Golfer News. We're here with Andy North, who won the U.S. Open at Oakland Hills in 1985.
A long time ago, yes, exactly.
And so, we did ask you this question previously in our press conference, but how do you remember all the shots that you played back then?
Well, I think, you're wired a certain way. You don't remember all of them. Some of the really good ones you remember, some of the really bad ones you remember longer. I think it's just the way we are as golfers wired, how your brain works. You talk about quarterbacks or other athletes. I mean, their quarterbacks can remember throws they made in games 10 years ago or 12 years ago. So I think, unfortunately, we do remember too much of this stuff. Just killing the day. And about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I said, I need to go to Detroit. I want to get there so I can spend some time tomorrow and figure out what I'm doing. And I got in late Saturday night, went to the golf course Sunday morning, and I think I was the first person there. I went to the range, hit some balls, and sort of figured out what I was doing. You have one of those magical moments that everybody who's ever played this stupid game has, at one point in time or another. And sort of figured out what I needed to do, and I hit 15 or 20 balls that, all of a sudden it felt like you wanted to feel like, and I really felt good about what I was doing. I went back to the hotel and put together a practice plan for the week. And my idea is I wanted to get as much done as I possibly could do without spending very much time at the golf course. And so often at major championships, you spend all day out there because it takes so long to play practice rounds. It's just, it's 6 hours, 7 hours to get around the golf course, which makes no sense to me. So I decided I was going to play late in the evenings. I went back out Sunday afternoon and played 9 holes at about 5 o'clock. Only person there, hit extra chips, extra putts, whatever you needed to do to try to figure out what you're doing. I did the same thing all week long. I played back 9 at 7:30 in the morning on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then played the front 9 late in the day. And I felt like we had some rain come in on Wednesday. I was completely prepared to play, and very seldom do you get to, you try to get your game to where it's at a great point going to majors. That's what all the players try to do, but it very seldom happens. Sometimes it's too early, sometimes it's too late. I felt like this was one of the first times in my career I absolutely knew what I wanted to do. I knew how to play the golf course. I'd figured out when I played the PGA 5-6 years earlier there, I had no idea how to play the golf course, and I ended up missing the cut. And I walked away going like, "Well, I can't stand this place. What am I doing?" But I figured out how I wanted to play the golf course, and I was able to go out there the first 3 days and execute exactly what I wanted to do. I played beautifully. I think I led the field in greens hit, regulations, fairways hit, all the things you need to do at a U.S. Open to compete well. The first 3 rounds, and then got up Sunday morning and went to the range and had absolutely nothing. I couldn't find it. I had no idea what I was. You think you have an idea what but you're struggling. I didn't hit very many solid shots, and I really struggled the first 11 holes. I think I was, what would I have been, 4 over maybe the first 11 holes, and I had let everybody back in the golf tournament. And I hit it in the right-hand bunker that doesn't exist at 12 anymore, off the tee, and hit a 5-iron out of that bunker to lay up down in that area, in that valley short where you've got a 9-iron or pitching wedge left. And the shot I hit out of the bunker at 12 all of a sudden felt right. It was one of those that you had a good feeling again. I hit a beautiful 3rd shot in there, missed a short putt for birdie. Then at the 13th hole, I hit a 5-iron about 12 feet from the hole, made that for birdie. And from that point on, I hit the ball really, really solidly the rest of the way. And it's funny in this game how you completely can lose it and you can get it back somehow, and that's what makes it magical. That when you think you've got it figured out, you're in big trouble. That's usually the case. And when you're completely lost, that's when guys come back and win golf tournaments. So it was a magical week for me. So many things went right that week. Obviously, you have to have the help of other players sometimes, and TC helped out quite a bit. Any of you are old enough to remember that. But all in all, it was a great experience, and it's something that you take an awful lot of pride in, to be able to win on a great golf course.
Well, I do. I think I remember you had a bunker shot on 17, right? It was raining.
I had a really nice bunker shot at 17. Hit it in close enough I didn't have to worry about making any kind of length of putt. The rain, it was a bad, cold weekend, if you remember right. Saturday was miserable. Sunday was a little bit better, but those are great memories, and love the fact that we're getting a bunch more USGA events at Oakland Hills. It's great for everybody.
And one last thing, Andy, can you expand a little bit on, you mentioned like the architects can make the course difficult for the pro and also challenging for the amateur. Can you expand on that a little bit?
I think Gil mentioned a little bit how you can create bigger landing areas for the guy who hits at 220 yards and smaller areas for the person who hits at 290, 300, 310, 320, that sort of thing. And by moving bunkers around, the average player shouldn't have to deal with some of these horrible bunkers. They can hit short of them and hit over them, and it's a piece of cake. So I think you can make the golf course as hard as you want. It needs to be fair. It needs to be fun. You want people to come back and play. That's the bottom line.
Great. Well, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.